Okay, what's up? It's no names. Boom. Okay. So yeah, that was a track "Connect" by Cruz off the Forte, which we just finished mixing and doing whatever. And I just made some adjustments ready. So the mix is never done. You always keep working on it. Okay, and today we're doing the last part of the post-processing series, and this one is the final touches and quote-unquote mastering part of it. And a lot of people are going to tell you, don't do this. And I'm not going to say you should go get a mastering engineer, go pay for a mastering engineer, do whatever you want to do. This is the bottom line. This is what I do in my studio, and I do this, and I'm able to get it sound as loud and the right tone. And I don't need to pay nobody, because one time I had this track and I paid this dude like $60 to master it. Got it back and it sounded pretty much exactly the same. I couldn't tell the difference. I mean, maybe it's the hidden, I don't know. It's all bullshit, honestly. Because most EDM guys and EDM producers all master their own shit anyway now. Because you just do shit to the mix bus or whatever. You mix it down and redo it in. But I'm not going to say don't get one, because they do have the right equipment. They do have years of experience and all that. Great for them. This is if you're fucking broken. You're not trying to pay for that shit and you're trying to make free music at home. This is how you do it. And this is the best results you're going to get. Okay. Well, a lot comes down to like mixing down to wave too, but that's a whole other story. Make sure you mix down to wave at the end, so when you mix to wave, it's not MP3, and that'll give usually the best quality they're trying to aim for. So master good care. So even now, I kind of have changed my opinion already, even recently. When it comes to mastering and mix bus use, when you are working with a beat that is already mastered, like if you get it like here off SoundClick or wherever, YouTube, whatever, most of the beats are already mastered. If they look something like this, the waveform, it's probably already mastered because it's pretty compressed. When you're working with a beat like this, you really just want to put the vocal on it and just have the vocal be at least in the way as possible, because the beat is going to knock anyway. The beat's going to knock and you want the vocal to just kind of be there, and so you can still hear it, but it needs to be loud and you still need to be able to hear every single word. If you get a tracked out mix where like each of the tracks are on different tracks and instruments, are different tracks, you might need to do a little bit more to the mix bus and to the mix in general. You might need to do a little more because it's not mastered. It's going to be all in the stems. But you also have more control over everything, so there's a trading for everything. Like when you have the beat like this as instrumental that's already mastered, you can't really do anything. It's kind of just like, you can do cuts or whatever, like cuts out certain parts, but by judging on the waveform where it is. But you can't really do as far as taking out instruments or whatever, doing something with the arrangement that's already set right here. And it's already this loud, so first thing is you don't want to be moving this at all. Don't move the fader for the beat. What you're doing, if you move that, you're bringing down the bit depth of the beat, and you don't want that, because you want the beat to be exactly how the producer meant it to be. Everything else you can move down. You're going to move every other fader except the beat. This always stays at 0, because if you bring it down, the beat's going to sound shittier. It's not going to knock. Okay, so you have all your stuff, your mix ready to go, you're done. Okay, and then you're trying to... First thing you want to do is EQ. This is what I had. This is what I kind of just made just now. But I'm going to just trash it. Right click and remove. And then put another EQ on it. So let's go through the process. So first, it's EQ and compression. That's pretty much all you're going to do in the mix bus. And even then, like, if the beat is fucking mastered, that's a big thing. The beat is mastered, you don't need to do much. So all this EQ and shit, it's kind of like not even needed. It's just extra shit. But there's going to be times where you do this and it sounds better. So I just need to do this for the sake of doing it, because this is what mastering engineers do. They'll do EQ and compression and then whatever else, dithering, all other crap. But I don't know how to do any of that, so fuck it. But I'd come out with decent sounding tracks, so hopefully this will help you. So it's really a game of just moving around the faders. So as you're going to see, I'm going to turn the music on so you can't hear me talk. So I'm going to be just moving these faders right here. Or not the faders, the dots. Click the dots, get them active. Moving around like that. You're just going to hear what it sounds like. When you hear what it sounds like, then you want to make the decisions of what you're trying to do. So this is like you're up, like a little higher and over here, and then top. Yes, so time of reject. All I can do is sit and reflect. Heart, mind, soul, connect. You saw like when I took it out, like the bottom became a lot more thicker, and like you kind of want to use the ear if you want. If it works, then it works. If not, if you can cut out and it sounds right, then leave it, take it like that. So that's something like that. This would be a boost in the bottom. All I can do is sit and reflect, heart, mind, soul, connect. Coming off the summertime, you know that the summer's mine. Natural, how I'm getting it. I don't need to get up blind, cause if I'm blind, how will I find when I need some MCs? Need TC to proceed, but wait, never help me. Rhyming for myself, see, jogging with the rhymes, gotta keep the lyrics healthy. The wealthy can donate for my name engraved in the gold plate. Ain't no way to stay. Wave high to the haters, gotta let them hate. Some people hear my music, then they gonna rate. They getting angry, I stay calm, meditate. Peace of mind, watch it, man, just disintegrate. Obliterate anything that's considered fake. Guys, that's pretty much some EQ moves I did. You know what I mean? Everybody tell you cut too. I mean, cutting is good. It gets it nice and clean. I think that's more if you're recording though. I'm not sure. Like if you're trying to take shit away from a shady recording, but like in this video, I'm boosting all over the fucking place. I'll cut the top, the extreme low end. I'll cut the extreme top end sometimes, because you don't really hear. The theory is you don't really hear the shit up there anyway. So you just cut it and it just conserve headroom. As you saw earlier, I might have like a cut or something like down here. So if you kind of hear that the weird sound or whatever, I would like, oh, okay, I don't like that, and I'll just cut it. And yeah, you want all your, you want when you keep in mind that when you're working on it that the whole track is being affected, so you don't want to make too big drastic EQ moves because that will make it the mix sound weird. So you have to be real subtle and just like clean up. What you might do is honestly just put 2 EQs and stuff and have one just do all cuts and just cut out really shitty shit that even if it exists, whatever, and the other one to like gently boost everything. I'll just boost stuff until, I mean, you gotta like really be like super like subtle with it. Like I wouldn't be boosting more than a dB or 2 or 3. I mean, I don't know. It depends on how it sounds. You know, I mean, if it sounds good, whatever. If it sounds whack or fake, then you're starting to get like to the point where you're just over EQing. So sounding lazily or whatever, muddy, all the bad things you don't want, that means you're EQing too much. If you can do it and get away with it, you're probably doing something good to the track. But you need to listen to everything. You need to listen to all the different kind of sound systems, whatever. Because you might not hear it on here, but you might hear it really like pronounced on like in your car radio or something. And notice that anytime you're taking away from the low end, the top end is coming up a little stronger in the whole mix situation of it. So yeah, it's like scales. You're either pushing it this way, pushing it that way. And hip hop, you want to put a lot of bass, but once again, all these beats that come mastered, they should be already set. There isn't like a lot of shit you should be doing if you mixed it correctly and you mixed all the vocals already. Like this mastering is really not that much part of it. It's just like kind of like the bow on the wrapper kind of thing. Like if you're making a present as really last minute shit. Like you shouldn't be doing all big changes here. That should be all in the mix. So you have an EQ, and the next one is the limiting. I mean, you can put once again, if the beat is super soft or if it's mixed shitty or something, you can put a compressor on. For the mix bus, I actually like using this one right here, Tricomp. Tricomp is a little bit more simpler of a compressor. You just turn the knob and just turn these shit, just turn a couple knobs instead of doing all the threshold and shit like that. This is like a little bit easier just to do, and it's also a little bit managed. So I'll just like until it sounds good, just. All I can do is sit So you can kind of hear what happens when I put a little bit too much, but you want to just kind of go on the left side. Everything is really subtle when as far as mastering, and kind of give it a nice lift and get everything sounding nice and clipped. And people are gonna say you should mix down, give yourself headroom, mix down, and then do this all to a mix down, like a mix down, like a wave or MP3 or whatever. That's already a 1 track or 2 track. And you can probably do this. I mean, I do this right here. Just put it on the post bus. I do this and it works, and I don't do anything after that. I just mix it down like this, and then I'll just upload it or whatever, and it sounds right. And this is what I can, and is what I do right now. So this is if you're trying to do this route. So once again, I'm not trying to downplay the importance of a mastering engineer. They're very important, and they do very important work and all that shit. So yeah, so you have the EQ compressor. I mean, I'm not gonna put a compressor because this beat's not really like super. The beat sounds fine already without it. So I'm gonna take it out. And you're already doing you do a little bit in the limiter, so. So what you're gonna do for the limiter is you got the limiter, and then pull the threshold up, adjust releasing. Just go through all 4 of them until it sounds good. If you don't know how to use a limiter at this point, you need to go back and watch how to use a limiter and all these other videos before you come watch this video. That's for sure. I'm not gonna talk about how to use this shit. The only thing I don't is ceiling. I'm not sure how that works. I mean, I'll just because when you pull it up, it affects the threshold. But I'll just use the threshold. I'm not sure. I guess this is like the final. Yeah, okay, so that's gonna be like the final ceiling of it, yeah. Man, let's use threshold. I mean, once again, it's fucking mastered. You shouldn't be doing too much. It shouldn't need like 15 whatever input. You just I put like 1 to 2, maybe 3. And just listen to how it sounds on the track. Yeah, go for a perceived loudest with the limiter, so you want to make sure it kind of sounds a little more in your face, more loud, and more popping out at you. Yeah, and that's pretty much. And finally, step number 3 for you have EQ limiting. If you really want, you can put compression in there. 3 is mix to taste, and basically what I'm talking about here is like when you throw a limiter and EQ on it, you're just gonna start hearing things differently in the mix, and from that point, you should go in and realize, okay, this sounds different. I need to mix this differently now. So you might need to pull up faders, put on faders, adjust your EQ compression, whatever you need to do. Yeah, okay, no, with the EQ compression, I might need to bring the fader up, blah blah blah. I'll need to adjust because the automation is on. Yeah, but yeah, just listen to it again after you put all the shit, because then you'll be like, okay, now I know what to do, and then mix from there, and then get the mix. Once you get the mix sounding good with the EQ and limiter on, then you're pretty much set. You're done. And yeah, and it should, after that you should be able to mix down. It should be ready to go from there, and you should just the track should be loud and sound nice and sick. And you should just be using reference tracks to other tracks. I mean, and I'll do what I'll do. I'll just throw it in right in there. So. If this is like the reference track I want to use, I'll just like drop it in like that. Shout out to Tails. Yeah, man. So, okay, this one is on. So I got just mute it. And then. So yeah, you just want to go back and forth between whatever reference track you're using. Yeah, keep messing with the mix. And people, you should actually throw this on at the very beginning, throw the EQ and the limiter on, and work with it the whole time, because you're gonna have to throw it on eventually anyway. So there's no point in going super in depth with the gain staging and getting all the levels right when you're just gonna throw that on the end. So throw that in the beginning and then just fuck with everything. Fuck with this stuff and fuck with the mix bus while you're working. And throw it on post. I'm not sure. I don't throw it on inserts. Should like throw it on post because that'll be the last step for whatever. I don't know. That's my theory behind it. Yeah, fuck it. And then keep going. Keep messing with it. So that's the last part of this series, post processing. And we started with the other track, but pretty much it should be able to take you step by step from the beginning to the end of a track. And I hope that helped everybody. And we're gonna have some more different series that I'm gonna be doing. So maybe it's about recording vocals and stuff like that. But yeah, keep making that music, keep making that hip hop music. You know, everybody's helps out whoever is making music out there. You know what I mean? But yeah, make sure you thumbs up, like the video, subscribe, share it, whatever you're gonna do. Make sure you check out all the music at noahneves.bandcamp.com. And all right, next time I'll see you guys soon. Until next time, have a good one. Peace. It's Noah Neves.